arguably say that the white spikes are very interesting creatures. They're powerful, and they seem to fill every niche. They're intelligent. They can run fast, shoot spikes from out of their tentacles, have the ability to coordinate, to bring down large prey, have the ability to swarm, have very high pain tolerance, it seems, that even when withstanding attack, they will still go after a host. They have the ability to metabolize really quickly, or at least the female does. So if you try to give her poison or something to put her to sleep, you have to keep on administering it just to keep her in that state. They're so intelligent that they can trick the enemy by faking their death or faking that they're sleeping. They have sharp teeth and great vision. They can glide, have amazing scent. They're great problem solvers. They can swim. They can climb vertical surfaces that are smooth. Is there anything these monsters can't do? I mean, it's like an advertisement for a freaking robot. And that leads me to one of my theories that I had when I was making one of my other videos. These creatures are not real. I mean, of course, they're real in the universe. These people are fighting them, they're killing people. But what I mean is they're not real creatures that would exist naturally. They were made. They were engineered. Now, I know that we try to give some leeway for alien life forms or for planets, that those creatures are just the perfect beings. After all, the Quiet Place monsters could have been said to be the perfect killing machines as well. Except, usually aliens will have a weakness. The reason why is if they're going to survive and thrive successfully on whatever planet they come from, they have to have a weakness. They have to coexist with other life forms. And if they're totally strong and excel at everything, how are they going to do that? I'll give you a hint. They're not. Even animals in our world have weaknesses. There are some that have the perfect defense, but they can't run very fast, or they have a low fecundity rate, or they're not able to breed that much. Lions are great hunters, but they're not super fast like the cheetah, and they're not the greatest climbers. Can you imagine if we had a lion, and not only could it swim super fast and well, it could fly or glide, jump super high, breathe super quick, and breed a lot, have very high intelligence? No other animal would have a chance to survive. If you watch one of my favorite channels on YouTube, I love him by the way because he's like the male version of me because we think of everything in video game terms, but he is willing that his videos showcase how there are animals that have certain strengths and weaknesses. Just like in an RPG, if you spec for a certain thing, other things are going to suffer. And if you try to balance out all of your strengths or all of your abilities, you're not going to excel at any. You're going to be balanced, but you're not going to be the most powerful you could be. For example, if a creature were to spec in intelligence, defense, attack power, and every other spec, they would either be average or just barely okay in each. Jack of all trades, master at none. So that's why it's best to have a certain class. If you have high attack power, you would put all of your points or allocate all of your points into that ability or class. That way you have massive attack. However, you must sacrifice something. And the good thing about this is that other creatures would excel at this. That way, creatures can each fill a niche and they can actually coexist. Nothing can exist naturally that excels at every single thing and masters every single thing. It's just not possible unless you engineer something to be that way. With these white spikes excelling at everything, not only do they have armor on their backs, not only do they have great vision in the dark and in the light, not only can they jump super high, not only do they have great coordination, have the ability to socialize and talk to each other so they can plan their attack, not only do they have the ability to go across all terrain, they can shoot from a distance, long range attacks, find their prey super easy. Remember, they can swim, they can glide, which means they can also jump from very high positions so they don't get hurt, but they can glide for a while so that they can reach their prey or whatever it is that they're trying to bring down. They can swarm, they can breed super fast, and they can breed a lot. They have a very high pain tolerance, and they will continue running after something even with their broken legs. And even though, yes, they are vulnerable in a sense because not all of their body is armored like that of the Quiet Place monsters, their numbers make up for it. The fact that they have such a fast rate of reproduction makes up for all of that. They are the perfect killing machine, the perfect apex predator. And like I said, that does not occur naturally, not even in alien planets, because if you're gonna have a creature like this, they need a food source. And if they kill off everything, well, then there's nothing left for them to eat. And the creatures that made them were probably depending on that. They probably thought that these creatures would go to this planet, they would kill off everything, and then after they're done, they would starve because their metabolism is so fast that they would have to continue eating all the time or they would die of starvation. Eventually, the female would not have the nutrition or nourishment to produce as many offspring, and they would all die out. Either they would start cannibalizing each other, or they would just starve to death. And that would clean up the problem for the aliens who made them, because they wouldn't have to worry about getting rid of the monsters, because the monsters would just starve. That is after they kill all life on the planet, which is probably what the aliens wanted, so that they themselves can come when it's all done and take over. These creatures, the white spikes, operate just like a virus. They'll just eat away at everything until there's nothing left to infect or reproduce. So that's what I mean by they're not real. Of course, this is just a theory, but I strongly believe that a perfect killing machine apex predator like this would not be able to exist naturally in a world unless, of course, there are other creatures just like them. And it's one of those situations like in Fragments, where everything has evolved to kill everything else on a very fast-paced, seemingly time-lapsed evolution. Another reason I think this is because these creatures, these aliens or seemingly sentient beings who were piloting the ship, don't know why they're upside down, but they were piloting the ship, were carrying the white spikes as their cargo, meaning that they were going to use the white spikes to drop on whatever it is they were trying to purge. And since they crashed on Earth, I'm just going to guess that it was Earth they were trying to drop those white spikes on. Being that they're piloting a ship, they are able to quickly make it to our planet in way less time than we probably have the ability to accomplish. And being that we do have technology to be able to make certain animals, like genetically modified kittens that can glow in the dark, glowing fish, I mean, we're always genetically modifying things, even on our planet. So what more a very intelligent species that wants to kill us? What more a creature that has way more advanced technology than anything we could even think of on our planet? Yes, my friends, they made this creature. They made the white spikes, specifically for their enemies or to cleanse the planets that they wanted to conquer. Hence why they were carrying the white spikes as cargo. And as I said in one of my videos, probably the reason they also crashed. Anyways, that's just my theory. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments, and thanks so much for watching. This has been Altiori. You ask, we answer.